Today is Crafts Day.
So I refuse to change our holiday decor to Christmas already. So with a bunch of leftover Halloween stuff, I decided to turn a pumpkin glittery thing into a turkey. We'll bring it a little closer. Now it's a turkey instead of a pumpkin. Yay! One more holiday in between this and Christmas.
And me, I am working on several different things. I am working on a headboard for our bed. And I am also working on a medal holder for a friend of ours who does a lot of races, 5Ks, and one for us because we also do at least one every other month. So that's what I'm working on today. So we'll see what we can do. We'll add some pictures so you can see the walkthrough. And hopefully we have fun today. So the first thing I did is I took a dowel and I cut it down to 2-inch pieces. I have 8 of them for each one of the metal holders. I'm doing 2 metal holders. Once I finished with the dowel, I took and I drilled straight through the center for a pre-drilled hole. And then I took my Dremel, which is my favorite tool, and I made this round edging. You don't have to do that. It just sanded it down just a little bit, gives us that look that I made. Then after that, I took my main piece of wood, I pre-drilled my holes about center way for each one of the holes. Then I took these drywall screws here, and then by hand, I just screwed them in because I have pre-drilled holes. I flip it over, take one of my 2-inch dowels where that hole is, put it right on there, and I start screwing that on there. And then after I do that, I'll go back and I will screw tightly into the dowels into this piece of wood. The finished product before paint is going to look sort of like this. It can be used as, like I said, we're using it as a medal holder for our 5K medals. And then you can also use it for, say, like a coat hanger for when you come in the house. So that's today's project. After I finish off this, I will pass it on to Christina, and Christina will get to paint it. So Christina has painted both of these now. So one looks like this, and the other looks like that, just the reverse. We have found that it is a little easier to paint if you have your handy dandy hair dryer. We actually have 2 in the house. This is our crafts dryer. That way we can dry some stuff pretty quickly. And all that's left for this project is putting the sawtooth hanger brackets, and then the metal holders are both done. Now, I did mention that the other project that I'm working on today is going to be our headboard. The way that I normally do our headboard or any big project like this is I do sort of like a mock-up of what I'd like the object to be, whether it's a large object like our headboard, or if it's a one of our rooms that we're going to paint. That way we can sit and decide together sort of what we want to do when it comes to the bigger projects. Then Christina, being the artist on this project, took that mock-up and drew it onto the piece of wood that I will be carving out of. I will be taking my Dremel, which I mentioned earlier is one of my favorite tools, and I'll be carving out along the lines using my engraver tool for the emblem that she created for the image. Then I'll go back with my little sander tool, still using the Dremel, and I will sand the edges. That way we don't have any rough edges within the wood itself. So I wanted to show you guys sort of how I've been engraving this. I do have it upside down simply because I'm using this area here so I can see. I just wanted you guys to see how I'm engraving each of the characters throughout here. I have completed the other bird, Feline, and Bambi. I I just have to go back and sand their edges. You see there's a rough edge. And then after that, we can finally stain it. So I'll run through this bird so you can see it. And afterwards, like I said, I'll sand it and then stain it. And that's how I engraved all this. As I said, I've got some of these rough edges on here. I'm going to go back with my little sander tool and I will sand out the grooves, which will open that a little deeper. Guys, I want you to know that I am super excited because this project's taken me almost a month, right, Christina?
Yeah.
So I finally finished carving both sides, and I can now show you guys what it looks like stained. There it is with its wood stain. We've got Laughin, we've got our Snow White bird on her side, and then we head right over here, and we've got Bambi and his bird up here. Today we actually had a really full day of projects.
Yeah.
Yep, we worked on the middle thing, which is this. We worked on our turkey. We worked on doing the headboard, which I cut out and then stained. And then that was about it, right? That's all we did today.
Yeah, we didn't start till like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
So
we.
it was pretty productive for the amount of time that we took on that.
And we still haven't worked on a tagline to say goodbye to you guys, which is why it gets really awkward at the end. We're just like, okay.
We'll figure something out eventually.
Yeah, just a cool one. I don't know. Give us an idea. If you think there's a great tagline, I personally like "That's the way the cookie crumbles" because you know, Laughin' cookie. Or everybody has a laughing place. But go ahead and let us know what you think, and we'll start saying that, and hopefully someday you guys will start saying that.
All right, let's go hang this up.
Yeah.